this hill. Yeah, let's go, Jimmy. I actually have hill hold controls if I want to. I can get on this brake. Just here. And the hold, if I lift off the brake, lift off, look up. And then I can get going again. There we go. Look at that traction, that's brilliant! And then I'm going to go down the hill, so we'll press the sprint down here and go into hill descent control mode, and it'll just do the braking for me. There we go. Look at that. Don't have to do anything. Piece of pedal. Right, let's try something else out now. See how this car copes when things get a little bit slippery. Here's some water and some very muddy ruts. Gotta keep on moving. No bother for little chimney. Finally, we're going to check out the chassis articulation, which is basically like car yoga. We're going to see just how flexible this thing is. This is pretty intense. Do you know what? You can spend loads of money on a really expensive off-roader, or maybe buy yourself an old used Defender which is constantly breaking down and having problems and is a pig to live with. Don't bother! Just get yourself one of these chimneys. They are magic!
Be in no doubt, this new chimney is the real deal, even though it looks more like a fashion statement than ever before. But is it as practical to live with as something less hardcore?
The boot? Well, it's not particularly easy to open it in tight spaces because it sticks out a long way, and the actual volume is around 85 litres, tiny. So if you want to carry anything, you have to go into two-seater mode, like this, and then you have the same capacity as the boot on a Kia Stonic. Still, at least the opening's nice and wide and square.
The side doors are almost as big as the tailgate, but there's only two, so getting into the rear seats isn't the easiest thing to do. Plus, the chimney is a bit tight on rear legroom, and there's only space for two passengers back there. Still, this is not the end of the world, and neither is the interior ambience, or should I say, lack thereof.
Let's just say it's a little bit dark and dingy in here because all the trim is black. Now, Suzuki said in their press brochure that they've done that because they didn't want any interior colours which might distract the driver. That is just marketing BS for them. We wanted to keep the cost down because look, I can see the bright yellow bonnet and I can see bits of bright yellow paintwork here on the inside, and think how much it could lift the cabin with just a few accents in here. People would pay extra for them because this is not an expensive car really. It's going to start from around £16,000, but you're going to want to spend a bit extra for the SZ bar, which will be about £17,500 to £18,000, because then you get a proper satellite navigation system with connectivity for your mobile phone with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You get down the wheels, you get the clever LED headlamps. You know, you're going to want that car, and it's not expensive. It doesn't feel particularly expensive inside, to tell you the truth. Everything's like kind of hard and brittle, but it's chunky, it looks tough, and it's easy to use. Now, to see how much money you can save on a new car, click on the pop-out button in the top right-hand corner of the screen to go to Car Wow.
The biggest problem with the chimney has always been that by making it good for off-roading, it's always been a little bit crap on-road compared to a more normal car. Thankfully, this new one is a lot better, but it's by no means perfect.
So I'm on the motorway in the new Suzuki Jimny, and first thing I notice is that it isn't constantly wandering about all over the place, almost like it's a naughty child. Nope, that way, come on, no, that way. Then there's the fact that, because it's quite tall and it's got very, very flat sides, and it
I just wanted to go out for dinner with men and get paid for that. But that culture didn't really exist here. But I kind of went looking for it anyway. There was this taxi man, and he kind of worked for the company, and he was really, really nice, and like, he calmed me down, and we talked how it was my first time, and he talked me through it, and he dropped me off at the place, and I got out of the taxi. I walked up to the door and rang the doorbell, and it was horrible. This man who was like horrible looking opened the door, and I was just like, oh my god. And I cried. I cried into the pillow, and the lights were off, so he couldn't tell. Afterwards, he was saying, so you've never done anything like this before? And I was just like, no. So I've had your virginity? Yeah, I guess in a way you have. And then he was like, thank you. I mean, I burst into tears, and the taxi man was really, really nice, and he was saying, like, you know, everybody cries on their first time. If you want to give it another go, give it another go. But if you don't, nobody will think anything bad of you. So, I gave it another go. There was this one time, it was a call out, and I wouldn't usually do it, but like nobody was working, and the guy sounded really nice over the phone, so you know, we went, and this guy was just too big, too powerful, and there was two of them, whereas on the phone they'd said there was only one. They were like, oh, can we do you at the same time? And I was like, no, because if something was to happen, then I couldn't push both of you off. So the one guy was just like, oh, I'm going first then. Kind of grabbed me and just dragged me into the next room and started being really, really violent. And he kept saying, like, can I do anal? And I was like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. And he kept trying to put lubricant, like, spill lubricant over me so he could accidentally slip it in the wrong place. He then put my legs, like, behind my head and just started being way too violent, and I started to cry, and I was saying, get off me, and he says he didn't hear me, but how can you not hear me? I was proper screaming it, like, and when he was done, I just kind of put on my clothes, well, more like grabbed them and like ran out, and he was like, what's wrong, and I threw the other guy his money and ran out the house, and the taxi driver must have known something was up because he'd already put the engine on, and I just got in the taxi in tears and just drove away. There was this one woman, she'd been with the agency for ages, and she said to me, you know, when you stop worrying is when you should stop doing it, because it should always bother you.